Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Midwest Whitetail. Today is March 18th, and we are smack dab in the middle of the off-season projects, shed season. Chasing November is getting kicked off there with Gavin beginning production. And then Chasing Red, we've officially kicked it off for the 24 season. Just released the first episode. So if you're a turkey hunter and you're getting excited for the spring, go ahead and check that out. We were able to take two birds down there in South Florida with Chad Holmes and his good buddy Trevor. I hopped on a plane, came north, and then myself and Drake headed west to Nebraska to a tribal reservation where an earlier season was open, and we had success there. So a couple episodes coming your way in the short term, but on this week's episode of Midwest Whitetail, we're heading to southern Iowa with Owen Reigler. Him and the crew and a bunch of his friends and family were down there, found some antlers, and have a lot of great tips along the way. So let's jump to that now. Hope you guys are having a great spring, and as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch.
Probably worth some money.
Yeah. That's in the vintage one right there.
Tanner, I'm Drake. Nice to meet you, man.
RJ, man. Nice to meet you.
Well, we got a beautiful day for a shed hunt here. We're just getting ready to kick off the annual shed hunt. Got a lot of good friends with me today. Should be fun. I got the Midwest Whitetail guys. My brother's here. Joe, you guys have heard me talk about Joe a lot of times. One of my best friends is here. My nephew Jeremy runs the pool business. So a lot of good guys. This is going to be a good time. We got a few to match up here. These we found just out doing farm work and stuff, so some pretty good ones to match up. I'm hoping we hit on those. We haven't shed hunted any of this, just been out doing a little bit of work and we found these, so should be a good time. If we find any deadheads, we just got to make sure the guys send me a picture where they lay and we can take the deadhead with us and bring them back here. So CO is fine with that. As long as I get him the picture where it lays, then he'll come and tag them all at once rather than come and tag one and tag another. So should be a good time. Let's get it going. Yeah, boys, thank you. Pretty excited.
Got us a nice one to start it off right here on this little open area. On the board, let's go.
This is a huge problem that we see in a lot of timber, a lot of pieces that we go through, and this is a problem that Owen has solved here. Get into a lot of these mature cedar groves that are just overgrown, and the deer don't even go through there. And so you can tell that Owens came through here with a saw and just cut up every single limb off these trees so the deer use it. You can see where they're bedding through here. There's trails all the way through here. Just making a useless area useful for the deer.
It was just, well, and Caleb's done some of this too. It's just really thick, intertwined lower branches. The deer really weren't even using it, so we just cut those, 5-6 feet all the way down to the ground, and then we stacked the limbs on the uphill side, hoping they'd bed right there. Before they really didn't utilize it; they'd just walk around it. So you can see this trail here; they're at least using it going through it. Look at this right here. Tell me how bad you want to walk through that. Perfect example how they don't like to fight through those cedars like this right here. Path least resistance.
That's what we want to see. Just want to see him get about 3 or 4 more years under his belt for sure. That's the thing I kind of wanted to touch on here is we found both of these sheds just off the cornfield in this pocket of cedars, and the cedars are so beneficial this time of year when we're looking for sheds because they stand about 7 degrees warmer, I think is what it is, than the ambient air on any given day. So the deer are able to stay in here out of the wind and weather, and also with the needles on the cedars, it's soaking up all that extra heat for the deer, just so comfortable in here, and they like being in here when they're dropping sheds, obviously. So we're gonna keep walking.
See what we turn up.
First shed of the day. Get a little 2-year-old buck. Really nice young deer. I mean, if you got a young deer you were wanting to find, that's it. You're gonna be a slammer. Supposedly we have the match, I don't know. Justin's been known to pick up sheds and, you know, think they're a deer, or see a deer and think it's a deer, so I don't know. Until I see it in hand, I'm not gonna believe him, but. Look at that. That is a slammer.
Yes, that's the 2-year-olds you want. Those are the ones you want on the farm, right there.
That is.
You got splits going everywhere.
Four-wheel drive. If you want a good starting point where your buck's bed, these spots just like this. You see, they can see all the way around this, you know, 180 degrees at least. Lay with the wind at their back, looking down the hill. Points like this are hot spots for sheds, so keep that in mind. Of course, there isn't one laying here, but Elvis the pelvis. These are my favorite areas. It's not going to produce an antler now, of course, but I still love these spots like this. But this is the stuff you see when it's about 3 years old. It's all this tall. They nip every one of these buds. And the only reason it's cut up that high is because we had snow when we were doing it. Otherwise, we'd cut it just about flush with the ground. Phew. A lot of shape, big guy.
Right there with you, buddy.
Oh, man. Little picket fence bowl there. You made a beeline for it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Still don't see it. I'm going to walk right over it, apparently.
Oh, it might be a stick. It's 100% a stick.
Oh, I see how it would have got you, though.
Hey, yeah, that curve hit me.
With the curve, yeah.
I told Owen this was a shed.
Man,
Turns out it's a 6-foot long stick.
we'd be in business.
All right, guys, just walking up on number 4 for the morning here. Looks like this one might be from last year, but it's sitting in just an absolute picturesque spot for where you expect to find sheds. Right now I'm on this little finger, this draw, and I got a cornfield on one half of it, and I got beans on the other half of it. And I'm on a south-facing side of this little waterway on the south side of these cedars. And as you can see, that's a big old shed laying right there. That'll do. Sure, Owen knows which deer this is, but
Got it on the Bushnells, baby. Saw it with the binos.
Oh, I was just telling Rye, I was like, Drake's got the right idea with those grassy waterways. There's always a shed in those.
Oh yeah. I mean, I hate to doing a hard sell thing, you know, but like, I wouldn't have got this one without the binos. So.
You know, I don't know how many I've walked right past, and you turn around and they look from a different angle and they're just lit up like a, well, not a turd in a punch bowl, but you know, they're just lit up. They're easy to see. It's amazing just looking from a different angle how it looks sometimes.
Dude, that's a big shed. I'm 98% sure it's a big shed. I don't know if that's the original scrape post that me and Owen put in way back in like 2017 or...
The verdict is in. It is officially not a shed.
You don't know if you don't go.
That's right, we tried.
We thought.
The old Mike Reeve buck.
Big old twos, good mass. It's your classic Iowa mature 8 right there, you know?
Well, we're gonna head back to the house to reconvene. I sounds like the guys are hitting them. I just talked to Joe, and he's got a nice one. Sounds like Justin's got a couple, and I know all the other guys have found a few, so they're hitting them. I'm the only one that hasn't found an antler yet. Joe said, did you pay your taxes? I don't know what's going on, but let's go see the boys and see how they did.
How long did you film Owen?
Sorry, bye.
Just a couple times.
Bloody.
Definitely him.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Think of how many are laying out there that you never find.
Yeah.
You can walk by.
Just dig in like you're at home, guys.
Thanks.
We get a cut. Catch it everywhere we go.
We haven't really hit any of that CRP up there, so you guys just want to hop on quads and ride up there. The more bodies, the merrier for that big timber. It's pretty thick in there. So.
Clear north or just that gate north of the Cowboys and start there?
Yeah, we could start there, go up there to Wyatt's tree and start in around there and walk it north from there.
Okay.
That makes the most sense. Yeah, why don't we just go through Wyatt's tree and then we all start and walk north from there. I paid attention to that one winter. I was walking all this. Every time you'd find a cedar like that, it'd be in bed right there underneath it. I don't see one on this one, but we'll keep watching. You know what's interesting about that? It looks just like the one that Justin found. The other side, but his was a year old, so this got to be a different deer. We just said if there's a place they would bed, it'd be right here on this point. Bingo. That's what I'd say is the good stuff. This is here too. Like that was pretty open, so I wanted to add instant cover to it, so that's why I hinged a lot of that. Any of it that was like way overpopulated and you start hinging all that, it's so thick, I don't think the deer even like it. I mean, they'll still go through it, but they don't bed in it like you want them to. That's a first, a dead branch like that.
I got it covered.
Uh-huh, I got you covered, buddy.
Always check the creek crossings, right?
You got to. Fence crossings, creek crossings, whatever train crossings, any of it. I remember when I was younger in way better shape, and I used to just try to hoof it, you know, try to cover as much ground as I could. But then I learned when I'd go back the next year and shed hunted all the antlers that I missed, so I go a lot slower today, but I'm not in as good a shape either, but I think I miss less. Of course, I'm not finding very many today, so I can't really make a very good case for it.
I'm more than the cameraman.
Yeah, I suppose.
Just picked up this nice broken side and stumbled on another nice one over here. The spot sets up really good, so what Owen has here is standing beans on the top of this field in the middle of all this switchgrass, CRP. And there's standing beans down at the bottom of this field too, and where I just picked up both of these sheds is this little waterway that's got some cedars in it. It's all south facing, and it's directly in between these two food sources. Deer are just, you know, wearing this out. I'm sure they're bedding underneath every one of these cedars in the middle of the night. Nice deer. Tucked right underneath this little tiny cedar. Middle of all this CRP. Almost walked by it. I came from the top and I was walking the edge of the grass and I didn't see it laying underneath that little tree until I got past it and was able to look back at it. But you gotta look around every side of every little thing you can.
Big guy. Oh, that's the other side of that gnarly brown buck. No, that one. The other one.
That's a pretty good deer right here. So's this one.
I don't even know what's that. What is this guy?
I don't know, he's all busted, but he's a nice one.
That's it. I gotta think.
Main on this one.
Yeah, that's it. That's that other side of that one that's got the brow that comes up. The gnarly brow.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yep, that's him.
That was over in between the two bean fields over here.
Matched him
Waterway
up.
in between the two.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. That is awesome.
Walked right by it.
Then turn around and look.
Underneath the cedar tree, you know.
I told Rye that exact same thing. We're going through the timber. You know how many times you walk right past and you turn around, you're like, boom.
I was like, I'm glad I turned around.
It just sticks out. Yeah, no kidding. That's awesome, man.
Remember when you told me Justin didn't have any sheds?
Normally he doesn't.
You did say that. You did say that.
Normally he doesn't.
.33 as far as I can tell. Mr. Aaron, I got one for you, buddy. This one's for you to take home. Yeah, I don't. This deer's dead.
Will you sign it for me?
Oh, have whatever you want, buddy.
Man, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
That's a long trip, so
Yeah,
I appreciate you coming to hang out with us for a day.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Just met this guy at the Iowa Deer Classic last year. We just stayed in touch. He's been going to come shoot and stuff. Invited him out to shed hunt. Drove all the way from Indiana. So, thank you, Aaron.
No problem.
Yeah,
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we've had better days. We've had worse days. We've got the good news up here, the bad news down here. So, happens every year. You know, never seems to take out the ones you want going. But, you know, we were after a couple of these. You got the Mike Reed 8 there. Nice looking buck. We did match up some of them. Now, if you're gonna have a shed hunting team, you want Justin on your team and you want Drake on your team, I found out. Those boys can hoof it. But we matched up the tall brow tine guy. We also matched up, we did not match up this guy. I was hoping to find that 6-point side. We never did come up with it, but we did match up a couple of the good ones, so. That was exciting. Got to hang out with some good friends. Had my buddy Joe here, his wife Heather. Had a good time, so. We'll get some pictures with all the guys. That's the most exciting thing now at my age. It's not just about the shed hunting, it's hanging out with the guys. So excited to get some pictures. And as always, appreciate you guys joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you. No, thank you. I love it.